there, it's Nathalie. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I happened to be at the Dollar Tree yesterday to get the freeze-dried apple slices, which my son and I love, and some of the Brim's movie popcorn, which they were out of. Anyway, I don't buy a lot of craft projects from Dollar Tree, and there's a ton of videos out there, great videos of Dollar Tree craft projects. But I happened to see these really cool, this is like starfish, this is a dish towel, and then they had some drying mats, and I thought these might make a really cool swimsuit bag or beach bag. So I'm going to make one of those. I think that's what I'm going to do. Then I also picked up hibiscus pattern, this little towel, and then 2 of the drying mats, and I think I might make another little zip bag that might also be for, you know, something to carry to the beach, or I don't know, it's just a fun thing, and it's already padded. I've done a couple of the placemat projects, so, and I can't find any more of the really cool Vera Wang placemat, so I'm gonna do something with this. And while you're here, check out my earrings. Now, I made these earrings, and I have a tutorial, and I'll leave a link in the description box below. And you don't have to have a Cricut, a Silhouette, a Cameo, or a Scan and Cut. Just a pair of scissors, and I used a notebook cover. Picked it up in the office supply section at Walmart, and the glitter doesn't flake off, and so it was a pretty easy project. Anyway, let me go take all of these tags and stuff off, and we'll get started with this project. Got all the packaging stuff removed off of here. Well, almost all of it. There's one of those little things. And I'm going to do this. These are actually not exactly the same size. And I could do it with these exposed seams, but I think I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and turn this and put the right sides together, and put a couple of pins in here just to keep the top edges where they need to be. And then I will we'll turn this, stitch it from the wrong side. Now, I think there might be some rule about if you are going to use this for yourself, you can cut these tags off. But if you were going to resell this, you need to leave some sort of a tag. I think that's a rule, like a manufacturing rule. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and pin these corners. And so we'll do it pretty sides together, do a stitch down and across the bottom, and then I cut this to make my straps out of, and I cut it at 3 inches. And I've already cut it with my rotary cutter, so this is 3 inches wide. We'll turn, and stitch that. So let's go to the sewing machine. This doesn't need a very big seam since they're already serged off, so so that I can get the most space that I can, I'm gonna come really close to this serging seam. And the reason that this is off, this one is larger than this, and I'm not gonna cut that to make it even. So I'm gonna do a little back stitch. And I'm going to remove one of these tags. Not that I'm going to resell this, but I will probably end up giving this away. And do a straight stitch across the bottom. All right, so I want to make this a bigger bottom so it'll open up wide. So I am going to open this up. I'm going to match my seams here and here, so that's nice and square. I'm going to take my tape measure, my ruler, that thing. I'm going to measure in just like 1.5 inches. Let's see, I think I'll do, yeah, 1.5 inches. Set me a little pin there. That's going to make that bottom about that wide. Is that going to be wide enough? I think I'll go to 2 inches, actually. So we're just kind of doing this as we go, right? So I'm going to put that at 2 inches. Flatten that out. Now, and you could measure this, but I'm just gonna eyeball this and go across. There's my 2-inch mark right there. Little back stitch. I want to open that seam out a little bit. And do the same on the other side. Now I could leave those corners in, or I can trim them off and zigzag them. So that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and trim this off. Get my stuff out of the way here so you can see. Move. There. Do you talk to your projects? I talk to my projects. Well, let's see. Let's do a little zigzag here. Right side out. Now, this is not going to hold like a huge amount of stuff, but it just might hold like a wet swimsuit. It's not going to hold a beach towel. Alright, and so let's turn this top down. We can turn it inside, which I think is going to be better, or we can turn it to the outside. It's got this red edge, and the red edge doesn't actually go with any of this other stuff, and there's not red stitching on my handle, so I'm going to turn this to the inside, and I'm going to turn this down like 2 inches. Okay, I had this pinned at 2 inches, and I took this little gadget off my sewing machine so I could put this on. I could have stitched it like this, and I'm sorry, that's already stitched. My camera, for some reason, everything looked like this mush of, I mean, it did not focus at all. It was all fuzzy. So trust me here whenever I tell you. I stitched this at 2 inches. I had it folded under at 2 inches. I used this as my guide to go by. And so now I've got the top of it is finished like that. And I've got my handles. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put 2 handles on there. My camera went out of focus while I was stitching the strap, so I'm going to do this again. Obviously, this is not the length of the strap, but it has this little serged edge. It was just the edge off of that little dish towel. So I'm going to show you how I stitched the strap. It's cut 3 inches, and I just folded it in. Just kind of eyeball this. You don't have to eyeball, but I just kind of eyeball this, and where this goes sort of kind of in the middle, you can actually measure it. So if you were measuring it, just in case you need to know this, that is like right at 1 inch in, or a little tatty bit over 1 inch. And then it also, having that much extra fabric in there, gives it a little bit more stability. So let me pull my sewing machine over, make sure I'm in my frame, and I am. Okay. And so again, this is not my strap, because my camera just went all fuzzy on me. And so I'm just going to stitch straight down the middle of this, and it's got that, you can turn it, but this is what I'm going to do. We're just keeping it, this project easy. All right. So this is how your strap would end up looking on the top side. This is on the bottom side. Okay, I pinned this handle in place Did I measure it? No, not really. Let's do a measure on here. So I can find my little thing. We'll move this in. We'll use 2 inches as our everything, like 2 inches down, 2 inches over, 2 inches in. So I'm going to move this over. We'll put 2 inches to the edge and then pin that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. 2 inches in. Let me see if I'm in the frame. Yeah, 2 inches in right here. We have horrible thunderstorms today. And so right now I'm just kind of feeling underneath here to see. That's a nice little handle strap length, but I'll show you how to even up the other side and make it matchy. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over. Take that pin out, flip this over, and you can see on the inside I've got some extra on the inside. So again, we'll come in 2 inches, measure that, put that little pin there. We'll do the same thing over here, 2 inches. Give myself a little bit of, I can feel the bottom of the placemat on the inside and the bottom of that strap. Pin across here and here. All right, let's make sure I've got the my straps the same length. So right here, I've just walked this down, get the pin out of my mouth, and that's where my edge needs to be. So I'm going to put a little pin right there. That's going to be my top edge. Pin in. And pin in there. All right. To get rid of this one. Those are going to be the same length, and I'm ready to stitch this. All right, let me move this pin. Shoot. So why did I do that? Because these pin heads are not going in the direction that I'm sewing. Okay, so it's caught top and bottom. You see it on the inside. Trim that extra little thread off. I'm going to repeat this on the other 3 sides, and then we'll come back and look and see how this looks when it's all finished. Okay, well, I want to show you one more option that you have before I do this all the way around on all of these sides, because this is an option. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this one where I am, and I'm going to stitch into that, and it just creates a little top stitch. Now as I come to this handle, and you could do it like I did where it was individually sewn. I'm going to do one, back up, two, and then one more, and then just keep going around the bag. Had 3 on it. So now I'm going to scoot down to this bottom edge. I'm going to stitch in the same place that I was in. You could actually come up one, you know, like a presser foot width if you wanted to. This is probably not going to have so much pressure on it at the bottom, but I'll go ahead and do that anyway. I did shift my pins to where that they were on the edge of the strap, and I'm going to make sure that that's not folded under. Hey, it's another cheap, fast, and easy project using the dish mats and the I don't know, isn't that cute? Anyway, cute little beach bag. I think I'm going to give this to my granddaughter. She and her mom and brother and my son love to go to the lake, and so I think I'm going to give that to her for her little swimsuit. This was a cheap, fast, and easy project. $3, maybe about 30 minutes. Skill level is pretty simple stitching, just straight stitching, easy to do. Well, 2 little things of zigzag, but you don't have to do zigzag. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Give me a little thumbs up, subscribe, hop over to my blog, My Haul Closet, and I will see you next time.